Since it was so loud at the dance studio last night and it was hard for everybody to get a real good idea about how to do hair, I'm going to do a tutorial. This will go up on the website, and we'll show you close-up pictures step by step on how to do the 2015 Stepping Out competition hair. We've got Hannah's hair. I've used just a regular brush to brush out all the tangles. It's not too dirty, not too clean. We've got it all prepped and ready. I'm going to pull back her hair here, and I'm using her ear as a guideline as to where we put our parts. Hannah, look straight. Make sure that your child is looking straight, and measure from the highest point of the ear straight up towards the ceiling, and that's where your part is going to be, from the top of one ear to the top of the other ear. Hannah, look down for a second. If your child is looking down when you try to do this, then that part's going to be angled too far back. Now look straight. Do you see how that's wrong? Make sure that they're looking straight and point your comb straight up to the ceiling to get the line of your part. So now I'm going to part her hair. Okay, now that I've got her hair parted where I want it, I'm going to take a ponytail holder and pull back the hair that I'm not working with. This is the back part of the hair. We'll only be working with the front part of hair. Now we're going to use her eyebrows as an idea of where we want our bump to be. So we're going to part from the end of this eyebrow straight up and the end of this eyebrow straight up, so that when you're looking at her face, her bump is going to go straight up from eyebrow to eyebrow. So I'm going to take this eyebrow, measure straight up to the ceiling with my comb. Where my comb touches her hairline, I'm going to part straight back right there. I'm very used to parting with this comb. If you have a rat tail comb, you can use that as well. You can use that as well. Straight up from there, pull it straight back to your part on both sides. Okay, we're not going to be using these side pieces here, so we're going to tuck those behind your ears just to get them out of the way. Hannah has quite a few little flyaways here, so I'm going to put a little bit of gel. That's good. Didn't come out. Just a little bit of gel.
That's a lot of bit of gel.
That's okay. Rub it in my hands, and I'm going to grab all of those flyaways and push them in the direction that I want them. The gel also helps to keep your parts straight, and it'll help your hair to hold the tease because it dirties it up just a little bit. Okay, now we're going to start teasing her hair. I'm going to take this section that we're using for the bump. I'm going to separate it into smaller sections, one at a time. And I'm going to spray and tease each section. This is a good place to where if you're using the hair powder, you're going to want to sprinkle a little hair powder right in along this part on both sides. It helps especially fine or thin hair to hold the tease better, and I'm going to show you how that works. This is Not Your Mother's volumizing hair powder. There's a few different brands that you can buy. You can get it at Walmart or at Walgreens or wherever, but make sure you get the volumizing powder, not just the dry shampoo. It's really light, and when you put it in your hair, it makes it hold the volume a little bit better. Put your chin up, Hannah. So I'm going to take this hair powder and I'm going to sprinkle it right along her hairline, or her part that I just did, because this is the first section of hair that we are going to tease. You can rub it in just a little bit. If you're rubbing it in, you can feel it poof up the hair just a little bit by itself without even doing any teasing. But once you start teasing, It does really well. Now I'm going to hold this section of hair about halfway up, and I'm going to grab my teasing comb. The teasing comb that I have has these little extra teeth in the middle there, and that helps to grab the hair to pull the tease down tighter. So if you can grab one of these, it'll help you out a lot. So with my first section, I'm going to hold it about halfway up like this. I'm going to start a few inches from the top of her head and start back combing. You've got to put a little bit of pressure behind it. You want to get as much of the tease towards the root of their hair as you can. And you start down low and you work your way up. Now you're going to want to over tease this, which means to get your hair to stand up quite a bit higher than the way that you want it to finish up. But if after you tease it, if you need to pull it apart just a little bit to get it to the right width, or so that it's not too cone shaped, then that's fine too. So after I do this, I'm going to section by section the rest of the hair and tease it the same way. So let's do that. Okay, now you can see that I've left a very thin piece for my last section. Because I've got enough bulk back here, I am not going to tease this section except for just very lightly to get it to stay where I need it to go. Look up, Hannah. And this section is going to be what covers up all of the rest of the tease. Now I'm going to shoot this with just a little bit of hairspray so that I don't have flyaways while I'm smoothing it down. Okay. I'm just going to give it a little squirt of hairspray here while I'm smoothing it out to give me a good start on my smoothing. Next I'm going to take my smoothing brush. Boar's hair is the best. This shape is good for me, but a lot of people like a smaller, thinner brush, which works really well too for both teasing and smoothing. So my section that I have just teased, it almost looks like a bump now. I just have to smooth it out. Okay, now that I've got it smoothed, I am going to secure it. Please make sure before you secure a bump that you've looked at your child from the front, either in a mirror or walking around to the front of them. You can't really do a bump without looking at them from the front to make sure that it's right. I watched a cheer bump tutorial this morning, and I kind of liked the way that she secured it better than how I had previously said that we were going to do it. She took a very small clear ponytail holder and attached it loosely at the bottom of the bump. Make sure that you don't pull out the height when you do this. I just kind of like the idea that there's going to be a little bit of extra added security for competition day. And once she had that secured, we pulled it down and crisscrossed a couple of bobby pins to keep it from flopping around. Then hit it with a good shot of hairspray all over to smooth out the flyaways. Okay, as you'll see, I have the little ponytail holder here, and then the 2 crisscross bobby pins. You might want to put 3 if it's loose, but make sure that when you cross the first one in, or the second bobby pin in, that it completely covers up the first one. Now we are going to work on the sides. And I'm going to use just a little bit of gel to get rid of the flyaways on the sides of her hair. Her hair is dry, so I want to make sure that we catch all of the hair on both sides when we pull it up. And gel is about the best way to do it. There's some lotions and stuff like that you can use. Gel has usually the hardest hold. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take both of these sides. Hannah, are you looking straight? Straight. I'm going to take both of these sides and I'm going to pull them straight up towards the ceiling. Get all the lumps and bumps out of them, and then I'm going to, come up here, I'm going to secure them with a small ponytail holder right over top of the one that we just did. So here we go. Got it nice and smooth on the sides. I'm going to take a small ponytail holder and secure these 2 pieces together just over the bobby pins that I just put in. If you have extra thick hair, you might want to use 2 of these in case one of them breaks. But keep it centered and pretty tight. Now, in order to keep this from sticking up, we're going to take this little ponytail and just flip it under and through that hole. So it's going to go towards, show you one more time, towards the front of their hair and back through the hole. And then tighten it up. That way it lays down flat against their head. And now I'm going to hit all of that with hairspray again. And that's the basic front part of the hairdo that we're going to use. If you have hair that's down in the back, make sure that it is nice and straight, flat ironed, nice and smooth, doesn't have a whole lot of flyaways or anything like that. You'll get an email that says per dance whether you need a low ponytail, a high bun, or something different, but this part of the hair won't change. Next up, I'm going to do a tutorial on the correct way to do a competition bun for us. So if you need help with that, click on the next link.